All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel. We love comics. And a couple of people were making some comments, so I was going to get this one cracked out of the slab anyway. So a couple of people are saying that this could possibly be a Pence variant because the price couldn't be seen. Now, there is some stain on it. There's two different spots. So technically you couldn't tell, but I wanted to make sure that I cracked it open, and we're going to go over that ourselves. So really quick, let's give a shout out to our Patreon members. If you want to join my Patreon, if we can get up to 20 paid members every month, I'm going to start doing some giveaways. So Carl, Sith, Scott, Michael B, Kevin W, James R, Herbert R, Dan L, Kim N, Annabelle N. We also have, if you have Facebook, look up Darth Bleak at Stephen L. Turk Author. Tell him we love comics sent you. And by the way, I did a video about 2 or 3 days ago. He is sending, he's going to give away one of his books signed for one of our lucky viewers. So check out that video for the details. And if you have Instagram, check out Silver Age Surfer _comics on Instagram. Tell them both we love comics sent you. Like I said, once we get to 20 paid members, you will be able to enter in a contest. And the more people, the better the prizes. There is no minimum other than the minimum requirement to join anyone's Patreon, which is $2 a month. But you'll get a one entry for every $2 that you put into your We Love Comics Instagram account. So check that out. Pause that for the information. I'm looking to trade some comics. So if you have any of these books, including one that's on there that I have already, I always love to make deals. So if you have one of these books, check out the videos I've made about books that I'm willing to trade. Anything I have is up for grabs if you want to ask for it. If it's a difference between making or breaking a deal, I'll at least consider it. Contact me, peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. All right, so just to show you guys, I cracked open the slab. Here is the 2.5. Here's the book. Now, there are two little stains blocking it so you cannot tell, and there's some writing on it too, so it's covering everything here. So some people assume that that's a Pence. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is, if you look at Pence versions of graded books, they will say UK version, okay? So I'm just going to show you, and you could pause it. Unfortunately, it's a little blurry. See if I can get it in focus. There we go. Let's scroll across. There is nothing that says it's a UK variant, first off. So this was graded by CBCS. Now, CBCS also, and I like this, I don't know if any other company does it, but I wish more companies would do this. They have a barcode that you can scan, or whatever code they call it. So they don't have an image, but it takes you to this screen. It shows the 2.5. So I'll just go from the top so you can see I'm not trying to hide anything. So there is no image. Hold on. Okay, so the CBCS website, after I scanned that QR code. So let's scroll. So Journey into Mystery 83, 1962, 2.5 certified. And here's the notes, the greatest notes. Chipping to spine, cover edge wear, creases and scratches to cover, some breaks, color front cover, marking pen top right corner, which I showed that little box, 2 substance spots on the top left-hand corner. So as you could see right here, there's the one right there and 2. So this is the book. Few tiny stains to cover, tanning to cover edges. Let's see if there's, and that's it. So there's nothing else. So even on the QR code, it does not mention that. Now, there is another way you can check if something like this were to ever happen. All you have to do, and I'm not going to open it only because I saw that the cover is not barely attached to the staples, but they're very close, and I don't want to maneuver it and end up tearing the staples because that will guarantee it staying a low grade. But on the first page, on the cover, it will tell you where it was printed. And I read this entire part. As a matter of fact, actually, I'll show you because I did take a picture. It says it was manufactured in the United States, in New York. So this is not a Pence UK variant. So let me show you the gallery. Where the hell is my gallery? Oh, there it is. These things like to move every now and then. Publication 655 Madison Avenue in New York. And of course, it's going to do that. So it's a little blurry. And if I turn it, it's going to go the short way. Copyright 1962. So it was published in New York. And let me see if I took the other image. Oh, should put it right side up. And here's the most important one. Unfortunately, you're going to have to read it sideways, otherwise it turns. I'll try and put it on an angle, but see right there? Printed in the USA. So this is not a Pence variant. There's nothing in there. A Pence version is a version that was published in Marvel made a version to send over to the UK. So there is nothing in the beginning of the book that says anything about it being a variant or it's published somewhere else. It says it was published in New York, made in the United States. So we have the CBCS label does not say anywhere. And again, let's show you the back. Hopefully it will. That just tells the stories. See what this says. See if you can get it to come in. Let me try holding it this way. Yeah, it's not showing, but that doesn't talk about this. Talks about the greatest notes. But I checked the QR code, which is right there. It brings me to their official website, which describes this book to a T. Because here's the pen that they were talking about. Those are the two spots. So unfortunately, something dropped in that area, but it is not a Pence version. So I checked the opening first page. It will tell you, if something's a first print or a second printing. And it tells you it was published in New York and it was published in the United States. So Gary Hunt says they are believed to be printed first and shipped to the UK. The sent copies are printed second. Right. So basically, I'm going to trust the fact I'm going to send this to PGX to get graded. I'm going to send this label. They can verify with the code themselves that this is the US version and not a Pence variant because they do have eBay, for example. Let me pull one up. Give me a second. So I didn't think about that until now. And I'll show you where it has to say it. Journey into Mystery 83 UK version. See if I can find one, because I know I saw one. I don't remember how I found it. Let me try Pence. Could be a sold comic, but I'll double check. All right, let me try a sold version, because I know I saw one, and it says UK variant on it. So let me see if I can find one. Yeah, there's none to be found. So anyway, I'm gonna be sending this in to PGX to get graded. Because like I said, it's got, because of those greatest notes, there are some creases, but they're not color breaking all the way up and down the bottom of the spine. So it's hard to see because of the fact that something got spilled over this and this area. So because of the fact that I went to the CBCS website, it verified that that is the book. Nowhere on the site does it say it's a UK variant. Nowhere on here does it say a UK variant. One would have to conclude that is the regular US variant. So I'm going to ask them to please return this once it gets graded. But yeah, I can understand where people could see that. But like I said, with all of the marking there, you just can't see the price. But I did open it up. There's nothing there that indicates it. It says that it was printed in the United States, printed in New York, and CBCS on their website and on this slab does not mention anything about a UK variant. So, and let me tell you something. This isn't the newest version of CBCS cases, but this is an old, the newer, the previous new book. This slab is unlike the others. You cannot crack it along the sides. The only way you can open this case, there were two little indents, because I was trying to figure out how do I crack this open. I actually had to watch a video on how to do it. There's only two little slits on the bottom that you have to turn to crack this whole thing. So this case was actually tamper-proof because the only way you could get it out is because this whole side is, all these three sides are sealed, and when you crack open this part, it splits it open a little bit, which cracks the tape, the glue, all the way up. So there would be no way somebody could have switched it out. Especially when they said, like you saw when I showed on the QR code, it does mention the two spots. So it's not like, they mention two spots and you look and it's not on the book. So I am no one's ever 100% certain, but I'm 99.999% certain that this is legit and I don't have to worry because somebody couldn't do a switch with that case because you would have to crack open both sides to even slip it out because like I said, there's just two little knobs that you could barely fit a flathead screwdriver in, and you have to twist it to crack the whole entire thing open. So it's not like a CGC case where there's a dividing line the whole way round, so you could literally just open it up. That's not the case with that CBCS case. So I'm very happy about that. So somebody didn't switch it out. CBCS graded it. The graders notes on their website are exactly as this comic is mentioned, so there wasn't any switch, and it says nothing about it being a UK variant. So I'm going to send this to PGX, get it graded with my next shipment, and we'll go from there. So not really worried about it, but it's always good to double check. So there were people that were saying it could be. Now I know from checking that it's not. So that's the best we can do, and I appreciate you guys at least giving me that information, because if I opened it up, or if I went to the QR code and checked and there was something different and it did say a UK Pence variant, I'm getting my money back. But that's not the case here. So very glad that you guys at least brought that up, made me check it, and now I can grade it and hopefully get it a better grade. Because like I said the other day, the back of the book and all along the edges of the front, there's some indenting that has not been pressed. So whoever graded this did not press that out. So this could go up to a 3.5, even a 4.5 if the pressing helps it. So again, I just don't want to open it up because, like I said, the staples inside are loose to the cover. So I'm going to make sure I put a little notation, because if you're going to get something graded, don't assume somebody's going to care for the book the same way you will. So I'm going to put a little note that staples are attached but loose. So please open and take out with care. At least they're aware of it that way. So at least I know that now, and I don't have to worry about it, because in the next day or so, I'm going to be doing a video on the 4 books I'm going to be sending in. This is one of them. So now you'll just have to find out what the other 3 are. So thank you to the people that at least mentioned it. I mean, I would not want to have a Pence variant if I was sold something that was different from what it actually was. So I'm glad I opened it, glad I checked, glad that CBCS has that barcode that you can scan, which takes you directly to their site to, authenticate something. And it was exactly what they said it was. So that's the best you can do. So unfortunately, whatever happened there just happened in the wrong spot. So um, Donato says the UK Pence version was printed at the same time as the US version. For some reason, slightly less desirable to US. Yeah, that's true. But like I said, CBCS graded it. They did not mention if it's a UK variant, which means it's the US version. And they also, when I checked the QR code, same exact thing. So that's what I'm going with. These are professional graders. People are always saying about, trust the grading system. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I have to go by what the professionals say. So maybe they saw it under a microscope and could see the 12 cents. I don't know, but they don't go into extreme details of how they grade any book. So got to go with the information given. So that's why when I send this book in, I'm sending this in as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. And if you want to thumb it up, that's great. If not, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure there were some people that were wishing I got the Pence variant, but if that was the case, I'd get my money back anyway. But if you want to join my Patreon, just go to patreon.com/WeLoveComics, get your name up on this board. And if we can get up to 20 people a month that are paid members, I'm going to start doing the giveaways. And I am still looking to do some trades. So if you want to make a trade happen and you see any of these books on the screen and you happen to have one or an extra one, please come on over and contact me, peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com, and let's make this happen. So thanks for watching, everybody. And let's do the surprise subscriber shout outs. We're going to go with Joshua Rogers. And we're going to go with, let me see, maybe somebody that hasn't been here for a while. Not many people, so we'll just have to go with somebody that's here. Mighty Comics and Collectibles will also do you as the surprise subscriber shout. It says, hey, can you hold up the 12-cent logo? You're not going to be able to see it. That's the problem. So whatever the stain is, and I'll show you, whatever the stain is, it's covered it. And it looks like there's some marker there as well. But like I said, CBCS, not only on the grading, on the slab, their grader's notes and the QR code don't say anything about it being a UK variant, and they would have to note that if it was, because I wish I could find the one that said it. I did see one. I don't know if somebody took it off eBay, but there was a CGC version where it does say UK variant on it, or UK edition, it said. So this doesn't say it, so it's just an unfortunate situation that it looks like somebody dropped some nail polish or something and somebody was drawing on it. Kids can do crazy things, but the book was definitely not cracked out because, as you can see, for me to get this out, there is no lines on the edges of this CBCS case. There is just two little indents here and here. You can put a screwdriver in that cracks it, and then you have to literally crack it all the way up. So it'll show the cracks all the way up. So there would have been no way that you would have been able to do this with sneaking it out without ruining the case and making it very easy to see. So it's not like the CGC cases where you could be incredibly easy with it and get it out. So, like I said, I'm going to get it graded and then we'll go from there. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And let's give our shout outs a shout out. So thanks for participating in this. And we'll find out the second version of this when it gets sent back in a couple of months. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think about the AI art, and join my Patreon at We Love Comics, or Patreon/We Love Comics. And when we do the contest, we get up to 20 people. There's one entry for every $2 that you put into the account. So the more you put in, the more chances you have to win. Thanks again for watching, everybody.